Hello, YouTube. It's December 17th, 2022. I'm Matt Houchins, and I wanted to talk to you today about Sam Bankman Fried. He was arrested earlier this week on conspiracy to commit money laundering, conspiracy to commit fraud, a whole host of federal charges. They're saying if he's convicted on all the charges, he could spend up to 100 years in federal prison. I don't think he'll spend anywhere near that amount of time. I don't think they want him talking. So, he contributed a lot of money to a lot of candidates, a lot of congressmen, a presidential campaign. So I doubt that he'll spend too much time in jail. They'll probably make him a deal where he keeps his mouth shut and he just does a few years in federal prison. But the big thing about this is a lot of people are getting scared and are worried about cryptocurrencies. And there's all kinds of people on YouTube and online saying how that cryptocurrency is dead now and it's over, the bubbles popped, and that's it. You're never going to make any money in crypto again. Well, I totally disagree. I think that the solid cryptos like Bitcoin and Ethereum aren't going anywhere. They're too big now that I don't think that they're going to go away. I think that if you find cryptos that have a solid use case and that people want to use them and that they actually provide a service or make something better or save money, then I think in the future they will be used and they will be worth a lot of money, because we are going to eventually go to an all digital economy. So, blockchain for sure is going to be around. Whether or not a lot of these cryptos survive, I think they probably won't. The way that I look at crypto is like basically investing in startups. If you invest in a startup, you know that only about 10% of them survive. About 90% of all startups go bankrupt. So 90% of all the cryptos are going to go out too. They're going to be a worthless amount to zero. But there's going to be, 5 or 10% of them that are going to be worth a lot. Same thing happened in the .com bubble. You had lots of companies that, went bankrupt. But you had the few ones like Amazon and Apple that survived, and they became big companies. So I think that crypto is not going to be any different. And I think if you're in the right ones, that you will do fine. In fact, this is one of those crypto downturns that is the time that you want to be buying when everybody else is getting scared. I bought a little bit of Bitcoin when it was 17,000, and I will buy more when it hits 14,000, and I'll buy more when it goes down below 12,000 to 10 to 12,000, which I expect the low to be around $10,000. That would be an 85% drawdown from the high of 69,000, would put it around 10,300, which is what I expect to be about where the bottom is. Maybe it'll drop down below 10,000. Maybe it'll go to 9,500 or 9,000. But I think in the long run, it's going to come back and it's going to be stronger than ever. We're spending as much or more money than ever. We're expanding the currency more than ever. I think that people will flock to things like Bitcoin in the future if they're not already now. I believe in gold and silver as well. Because of all the inflation and the inflation that's likely to continue. So, it's probably a good idea to have some gold, have some silver, have some Bitcoin, have some Ethereum, maybe even invest in other stuff too. It doesn't hurt to have a little bit of real estate, to have whatever you think will hold value. What do you think will hold value? You think it'll be, I believe gold and silver will for sure. That's like a savings account. There's no reason why you can't put, a couple $100 a month or every other month, or buy some silver coins, buy some small gold coins, 1/10 ounces or 1/4 ounces, or like gold 20 francs. But the thing with crypto is you just want to put in whatever you can afford to lose, because you don't know if it's going to survive. We don't know for sure that it's going to survive. I think Bitcoin's going to go to 100,000 in 2024, maybe even more. Maybe it could go to 200,000 in 2024. But that's when the next bull market is going to be. It's going to be 2024, around the time when the halving is. That's the next bull market. Everybody thought this last bull market was going to last longer, but it didn't. I thought it was going to last longer. I expected it to go to 100,000. It didn't happen. And I ended up selling a lot of Bitcoin and a lot of cryptocurrencies in the $40,000 range because of that. I wish I had sold more in the 50s and 60s, but I didn't sell much there because I was expecting 100,000 like everybody else, which didn't materialize this bull market. But I think it will next bull market. So just keep it in mind, think about it, maybe save up some money, because we're likely going into a pretty nasty year here in 2023. I think there's going to be a lot of job losses. I think there's going to be a lot of pain to come when the economy really tanks. I mean, we haven't really seen anything yet. I think, global growth is slowing, and, hold on to your seats because I don't think it's going to be a good year. I could be wrong. Maybe something changes and maybe things get better, but I just don't see it happening. So it's always good to be prepared. Doesn't hurt to have some extra food, have some extra canned goods. It can't hurt, right? Fill up the backs of those cabinets that you put nothing in. A lot of people have cabinets in their kitchen and in their pantry and stuff. You have cabinets and you have all kinds of space. Doesn't hurt that when something's on sale, you just buy a little extra. You go to the store and buy one get one free soups. Hey, go instead of buying just a couple or 5 or 6, buy 20. If you can afford it, you throw them in the back. Fill up the backs of your cabinets. Then if you lose your job, you got food. You don't have to go buy it. If the price goes way up, inflation is crazy now. It's getting, food prices are getting really high. That's almost like a savings account now. You buy extra food and put it in the back of the cabinet, and when you need it, it's there. If you go to the store and you can't find it, you got it at home. You're not as worried. So it never hurts to be prepared. So I think that this is just a bump in the road for crypto. I think that cryptocurrencies will be around, but like I said, a lot of them won't. So you got to make sure you do your research and you find cryptos that are solid and seem like they have a good use case, and that people will use them, businesses will use them, and that they'll get a lot of use in the future. Otherwise, they're not going to be worth anything. But Bitcoin and Ethereum, I think, are here for the long term. I don't think they're going anywhere. It's a good alternative to stocks and bonds that are getting killed too. It's not just crypto. Stocks are going down. Bonds are going down. Gold and silver went down. They're starting to go back up again, but they went down too. If we have a nasty recession come January, February, March of this year, everything will continue to go down. If if stocks go down to 30 or 40%, it'll be a good time to buy a lot of stuff. Gold and silver may go way down too. That'll be a perfect time to pick up some gold, pick up some silver. If Bitcoin goes down, like I think to 10,000, it'd be a good time to pick up a few $100s in Bitcoin too. Just be aware that if you buy cryptos, that they're probably not going to go up in the foreseeable future. 2023 is probably not going to be an up year for crypto. I think that 2024 is the up year. So, with any luck, the bottom in crypto and in the markets will be late 2023, somewhere around October, November. And then things can start back up in 2024. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But just want to wish everybody a happy holidays. And until next time, take it easy.